do another stream. We've got a very exciting kind of like pre-announcement to talk about today, and this one kind of really shocked me because I'd actually forgotten about it. Like it had actually completely slipped my mind, and I only got reminded about it the other day, and just really blew me away. Like, oh sugar, this is actually happening. So um, I'm happy to announce to you all that I am coming up to Scotland for a gig. That is correct. I'm coming up to Scotland. So I've never been to Scotland before. Never been to Scotland in my whole entire life, and I'm looking forward to it. So I'm coming to a place called um, Oik, or something like that. It's called Oik, but the place is pronounced Hawick. So I thought it was Howick, but according to my grandparents who have actually been there before, they went years ago, and apparently there's a memorial there for a sadly passed away motorcycle rider. Um, Apparently it's called Oik or something like that, or Hoik or something like that, which is really crazy. So I'm coming up there, and I'm doing a gig on the 2nd of March. So I'll be doing a full announcement when the flyer comes out, and this one is going to be quite fun. So it's going to be like a really enjoyable gig. So we're literally like I'm going to be playing a bounce set, and I'm not sure what I'm going to be playing yet. Like in terms of the tune selection, I've got some tracks in mind that I'm going to select for it. There's some new ones that I want to buy, and it's not till the 2nd of March, so like I might have some more tracks made by then. I might, some other tracks might have come out that I just think, what, I'd like really love to play that tune and stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward to jumping onto that and playing this gig. So it all came about on Saturday night, believe it or not. So Saturday night I was at my grandparents'. If you don't remember, I did a stream, and it was just about some like upcoming music things and just things in general that was coming up. And I announced to you guys that I was going to be coming up north in that stream. Now, when I announced that in the stream, I didn't realise I would be going that far up north. So I'm actually coming up north twice. So the first time is I'm going to Scotland. The second time I'm actually going to Sunderland. So I'm hitting up Sunderland, and believe it or not, it is actually the week after I come back from Scotland. That is like the really crazy thing. So yeah, I did that stream, and then I realised I'd been added into a group chat, and everything just all came back to me, and I took the booking sort of like last year, and I think at the time when I took the booking, I don't think there was like full information and details. I think they were like they didn't know like what venue it was going to be at, and all they really knew is they was going to put something on in 2024 kind of thing. And I was like, yeah, I'll definitely be down for gigging with you guys, and I've done some live streams on their Facebook page. So I kind of thought, yeah, I'll, come up and see what it's all about. And a little lineup sort of quickly got put together, but it was only like a basic one, and there was no like venue or anything that I was aware of. So time just obviously passed on, and different things happened, and I got busy with work and gigs and other things going on, and I just obviously totally forgot about it. And then I get added into that group chat, and it's like, oh yeah, 2nd of March, you're coming up to Scotland, and I'm like, oh right, really unexpectedly. So I had a little look. First thing I always do if I get a booking, and it's in a town that I've never been to before. I always have a look on Google Maps just to familiarise myself with the area. Where's the nearest train station? If I'm going to come by train, is there any hotels by the train station? What's the sort of like food places options like? How close can I get a hotel to the venue? All of that kind of stuff. Can the train times work within my favour? Because I always like, if I'm going on a road trip and I'm going to like play somewhere, I always like to try and get a train sort of like round dinner time. I don't know why, I just feel like I like the morning to kind of like pack the bag up and just have a little bit of a rest as well, because I know it's going to be quite, sometimes if I'm travelling quite far, like when we went to Stoke, we go on 3 different trains, and I'll be going back to Stoke as well, and I'll be announcing that. But it's like 3 different trains, and it can be quite tiring. And I know last time when I got to Stoke, I wasn't at the hotel long before I actually had to head over to the event. So I think this time what I might do when I do go to Stoke itself is I'll probably set off a little bit earlier, and I will probably just, so I get there a bit earlier, and then I can just have a chill in the hotel. That's like the one thing for me that I really want to do. So yeah, so I had a look, and I could not find a train station. I was like, does this town surely not have a train station? So I googled, did a little bit of googling, and apparently their train station shut down in the 1960s. So I was like, oh, well, there isn't, there's no train station. So I spoke to the promoter. I said, because the promoter's from the Scotland area and he knows that town. So I was like, what's the score with the train station? And he said, put this in. And it was to a train station that was like literally, just a little bit out of the town. And he said, look, if you went to that train station, I'd come and pick you up from that train station. So I was kind of like, all right, I could do that. Not really too keen on that idea. Gonna be completely truthful with you. So I searched up for the trains to go into that station. Anyway, there was one train. Like I could get one train from Hull the whole entire day that would take me to that train station. And by the time I got to that train station, like it would be too late. Like the event would have already have way started. I would have probably missed the check-in time for a hotel. It was absolutely really crazy. There was like I don't know, like you set off at something like just after dinner time or something like that, and by the time you got there at nearly like 7:45 at night or something like that, and there was so much waiting around, and so many different little trains you had to get. Like it was just like, and you could only get this one train. Like you couldn't get an earlier train. Because there wasn't an earlier train. The next train was like, it was like the next day. Or you could get, I think there was maybe one, you could get it at like, I don't know, 10 at night, and then you get like so far, and then you have like an 8 hour wait because trains don't run overnight kind of thing. So it was really, really crazy. So I thought, all right, trains aren't necessarily looking too good. So I decided let's have a look at the options for getting a coach instead. Coaches are most certainly not out of the window by any means. So I searched up the coaches, and the coach times were even worse. Like I think it was something like God knows, God knows what it was, but I think there was like all I remember is I got a coach from Hull at something like 4 in the morning, like no word of a lie, something like 4 in the morning. On I think it was maybe even like something like Friday morning. It was like 4 a.m. Or 5 past 4 in the morning on the Friday. And the coach goes to Leeds, and you get to Leeds about 7, which don't ask me why it takes like literally nearly 3 hours to get from Hull to Leeds on a coach. Unless it just goes round like loads of other little towns or whatever. And then anyway, you get to Leeds and you literally have, it was crazy. There was literally like a whole day to kill in Leeds before like even getting on a coach like to go any further. It was really crazy. And like I couldn't, like I had to essentially I had to stay a night over in Leeds before I could get a coach to carry on the journey kind of thing. And then like I would have got to the place, like the town where I'm gigging. I would have got there like really early in on the Saturday morning. It was just absolutely crazy. It was like the whole thing just really. I can't remember it fully. I'm actually going to search it up now, so I can. Oh, actually, I can't search it up now. Oh, sugar. I don't think there is a way I can actually. Oh, is there a way? Actually, there is a way. I'll just have to move you there for the second while I get my thingy. So I'll go to Google. Oh, apparently I've got no internet. It's been doing this all night, playing up. But cutting the story short, it was just an absolute pain. The whole thing was just absolute. Oh, what the hell is that? Yeah, it was just a really crazy journey. So I sacked that, obviously, put that out of the window. And anyway, a good friend of my mum's is going to come for the road trip, and he likes coming on the road trips actually. So, if I can ask him, I'll ask him, like, because I know he enjoys little road trips, and he came a couple of weeks ago with me to a gig. So I was obviously to coach. Right, here we go. So I'm going to tell you. So yeah, so he is going to come along for the journey. He's quite sort of looking forward to that. Right, I'll show you what these. Coaches are all about. So, oh, this one apparently only takes. Right, let's have a look. Two changes. Oh, this is actually. Oh yeah, change the date. So I'll be going on the 2nd of March. Yeah, that was it. So I searched in for the 2nd of March, and you can't arrive until the 3rd of March, and it takes 31 hours and 52 minutes. Like, how crazy is that? So let me put it on to, so I travel on the 1st of March. So that arrives the 2nd of March. So yeah, so it literally takes 31 hours and 28 hours and 47 minutes with two changes, which is the crazy thing. So yeah, so you get a coach, right, at 4:45 on Friday the 1st of March. You go all the way to Leeds bus station. You get to Leeds bus station at 6 in the morning, and then you've got a 20-hour waiting time in Leeds, and you get a train at you get a bus from Leeds at 2:45 in the morning from a place called Kingsgate, right? Like literally at 2. So you've got from 6 in the morning until 2:45 the following morning in Leeds. And this is the crazy thing, because who books into a hotel and checks out at 2:45 in the like just before 2:45? Like, if you've got to get for that coach, you're going to be checking out round 1 o'clock. So like, unless you book a hotel for the daytime, and you just sleep most of the day, like what the hell are you going to do? Do you know what I mean? I mean, you could go to a nightclub and have a little bit of a rave and a boogie, and then go and get your next coach, but that is just crazy. So like, I think the thing about it, what I'd probably do, um, is what you'd probably have to do is you'd have to get a train to Leeds, and you'd go to Leeds later on in the day, like maybe tea time or something, and then what you'd do is you'd go to like a nightclub or something like that, and then you'd go on a bus, and then you'd sleep on the bus, and you get to the Carlisle um, Halston Hotel, and then you've got from 5:30 in the morning until 11 minutes past 8, and then you go from Carlisle and you go to the Howick or the Hoyk or whatever you call it. You get to the high school at 9:32 in the morning. So the times are just so weird. Like do you know what I mean? Like the timings is just so crazy. Like honestly, like that is just crazy. Um, but yeah, that is essentially the journey time. Having a 20 hour and 45-minute wait in Leeds, like that is the crazy thing. What really blew me away. Like, how are you going to do that? And then if I go and show you on the trains as well, I'll show you what the trains were saying. And this is like how weird it was to get there. And I can't even remember. So it was Hull. And then I am logged in, aren't I? It won't Glasgow. Won't Gloucestershire, obviously. I can't remember what the place was called now, but it began with a G. Let's have a look. Because like this is how crazy it is. I'll show you now. Are you ready? Right, we're not far off it now. There it was. So we'll copy that. I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name for it. Why would I even try and pronounce? The name is so hard to pronounce. But there we go. Right, return. So we would go on March the 2nd. Like I say, I always like to try and leave at midday just because I do. And then I come back the following day, and I always like to leave at midday as well on the following day, because usually you have to check out of an hotel sort of around 10 in the morning. So obviously, dinner time gives you just a bit of time to maybe go and get something to eat, and then you can jump on your train. So here we go. Let me show you. So so apparently here, all right, actually this, oh yeah, so you can go at 12:15, so you go at 12:15, and you literally get to the train station, the only train station you can go to, you get that train essentially. And cutting the story short, I'd then need a lift. Which is like crazy, isn't it? So there you go. And then coming back is like even crazier. And there's a rail replacement bus on the service, if I remember rightly. So going by the a road trip from my mum's friend Alan is most definitely the one. And the thing is, there wasn't an earlier train either. Like, that's the crazy thing. Like, there was one on Friday the 1st of March, 5 in the morning from Hull, so 5:45, get to York at 6:58. Is likely to be a coach or a bus. Loads of destruction alerts. And then I'd get there at 12:36. It's not too bad, actually. I could do that. And then coming back, you wouldn't want to do that though, coming back. That's the mad thing, innit? That's now Monday the 4th of March. So I wouldn't want to be doing that. Anything earlier for coming back? No. So trains are like really stupid times. So, but anyway, so I got the travel sorted. I just thought I'd show you like how ridiculous it is, and I just want to state as well. This is something that really I'm kicking myself in the teeth here, and I'm hardly one to talk, but I think when you are in this like music and DJ industry, especially even more nowadays, I think it like pays to be able to drive, because the trains nowadays, like how stupid is our rail service? Like, we've come into 2024. How fucking stupid like is our rail service? Half of the year our rail services are striking, or if they're not striking, you get shoved on a replacement bus. You want to go to certain towns and you can only go by certain things and certain times. Like, how does that help anybody out? Like, who in the right mind is going to want to take a 10-hour journey on a train or take a 28-hour journey on a coach? Like, it is just like, I'm not being funny, but it takes just over 3 hours in the car. It takes almost 4 hours. It takes about, I don't know, 3 hours and 54 minutes or something like that to get from Hull to Hoyk. And they're saying like 28 hours to go via a coach. Like, it is just stupid. Like years ago, you could get trains as easy as anything because they weren't striking all the time, and there was trains were just going to so and so, and they went every day, and that was it. Nowadays, they're just they're always striking, and I think because of that, like, it really pays to be able to drive. Now, I don't drive, obviously, only people mad. Probably about 6 or 7 years ago, I was having driving lessons. The driving lessons were going really well, believe it or not. A lot of people think Noble and think driving and think, oh God, it's going to be a disaster. It actually wasn't. I was really good at driving, and the instructor was like, he really pushed me to get the theory test done. He said like I was doing really well, and I was like proper, like really picking it up kind of thing. And just anyway, cutting the story short, I failed the theory test a couple of times, and it like really put me off, because every time obviously you're paying for the theory test, and I just couldn't get it right. And I hate like tests, and I hate like revising for things, and I hate like reading and answering questions. Like it's never really been like my strong point. And I hate like just dedicating like a day, like so much time a day to doing like questions. Like I wasn't interested in doing it in that sense. And obviously, you can't pass your driving test without doing that. But it was just it was awful. And I just couldn't get it right, and I just failed it a couple of times. And another thing that really put me off as well was actually my family as well, because they kept like I'd have a theory test coming up, like I'd have booked it in, and I'd be trying to revise for it because like I really wanted to pass, you know, and then everybody like kept saying to me like, oh, I do hope you pass your theory test, and and always constantly reminding me that the test is coming up, and oh, I do hope you pass, and it'll be great if you pass, and like you've got to pass this theory test, and when people are constantly saying that to you, and they're saying it and saying it, and in the end, it started to grind me down because I was starting to get all like nervous in my head, and I was starting to think that, you know what, like they're relying on me passing. They're gonna be mad if I don't pass. And I think I did fail it. I think I did fail it one more time, and I think my nan even got a bit angry at the time and said, we're not chucking money at this. You revise it properly, and and get the test, and get the test done instead of messing about. But like, when people are constantly breathing down your neck and putting that pressure on you, even though they didn't think there was, they just thought they were genuinely like being supportive and excited. And obviously, I know that they want, they was hoping I'd pass, and they was wanting me to pass. But it was just kind of like, it was really grinding me down because I was kind of like being constantly told like, I hope that you pass, and then it was giving me more like, it was making me more worried about not passing, that I was getting like muddled up and confused, and it was just really weird. So I failed it a few times, and I just gave up. I just thought, I'm gonna go get my bike back on the road, my little 125. So I did my CBT test, and I put that back on the road. I got ripped off by an insurance company. I fell off it in the rain. The first day I got it back on the road as well, and I hadn't rode it for a while, and I'd just been a little bit stiff, and I'd got through the first couple of gears, and a van just literally reversed out of the driveway. Didn't even look to see if I was coming. Luckily, I knew the person who was driving the van, and we kind of did a little bit of a you keep hush and I'll keep hush kind of thing. Let's not go through the insurances, and the van owner knew my dad, and the van owner took full responsibility as well, that he drove out and he wasn't looking. And anyway, cutting the story short, I just didn't ride it again after that. It wasn't so much that the fall had kind of put me off. It was just there was a ample of different things going on at the time, and then I needed to sell the bike because I was absolutely skint, and our family business had gone down the Swanee. So that was kind of that. So I'm tempted to get another bike back. I'd love to bezz around on a little like 125 again. It'd be really cool just to be able to get somewhere, and just to be able to go somewhere. Go to a few gigs as well. I mean, I know with 125s, you can't take them on the motorways. It's bigger bikes that you can take on, that you take on the motorway. Bigger bikes, again, you have to do a CBT. So I know like with a little bike, I'd be limited to like where I could go, but at least I could like I'd be able to go through and like visit my nan, and I'd be able to do a few other little bits and bobs, and dive around through the tea time traffic, and go out for a little bez, and I'm quite looking forward to that. So I'm going to keep my eye on the marketplace for like just a little. It doesn't have to be anything like proper flash, more just something that just looks all right, but can get me from A to B. Kind of thing. I could use it for traveling to work, kind of thing. I could use it for doing ample of different things, and just take it from there. The only thing that worries me is you get a lot of thieves around that they're always on the lookout for for like stealing bikes and stuff. And just sort of, when I had my bike before, I lived in Driffield, and Driffield is a different kettle of fish to Hull. You do get people that do like to go around and rob things, but it's not like a frequent thing. And you haven't got crackheads on every street that don't see a nice bike there. They see it as money for a next fix. So that always kind of puts me off. But anyway, we're digressing. We've digressed into a whole conversation of travelling. I'm coming to Scotland. I'm coming to Scotland, and I can't wait for it. Going to play a bounce set, and it's going to be a really good set. So make sure to like, make sure to comment, make sure to share all of that good stuff. We'll see you soon.